Hi guys, welcome to Konnecttra, a platform where we're uniting and uplifting all the businesses of the Gen community. An outfit is never truly complete without the right shoes. They are the foundation of any look. And when it comes to finding that perfect pair for your look, we've got your back. Join us today as we explore the journey of two brothers, Bhaveen and Aveen, the founders of Lusso Lifestyle, and let's explore their journey. Hi, what's up?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. How's Lusso doing?
Everything is going wonderful.
Great. How did it inspire you to start a vegan shoe brand?
So initially, the idea is his, not mine. He started Lusso in the very early days. It was supposed to be a leather brand, but soon when we actually got into everything, the finer details, the research and everything, we came to know that the industry is very, very harsh. Like no one should be, be associated with this industry.
Okay.
The cruelty, the entire process is so aligned with violence that it is very heartbreaking when you get to the core of it. So after seeing all of that, we sort of decided this is not something that we would ever want to be remembered by.
Yeah.
So the journey sort of started with researching and what are the alternatives of leather which we can bring in the industry. So from there on, we've sort of built the entire brand, the very scratch, like from designing our own products, the materials, everything has been been a part of this 5-year journey now.
Wow. And why specifically for men?
See, to be very honest, I wanted to start somewhere and I chose menswear because honestly, today if you see, women can get options easily in the market.
Yeah.
Men's usually they don't find a lot of options.
Yeah.
So that's where it all started. I thought of starting it with menswear, but now I first fully want to develop all the product lines for men, and then maybe we might think about launching a brand for women separately, or maybe we might align something in the same time.
Plus, women need a lot of choices.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
true.
nakaras also. So yeah.
They go hand in hand, women and nakras.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the fun then? So tell me, it was not your family business to own a luxury footwear brand, and how did you all think of just
I'll tell
starting
you.
it
So initially, as he mentioned, we were thinking about launching a leather brand. I was specifically thinking about that because I have been selling leather products since maybe 3-4 years before I started Lusso.
Oh.
And I wanted to start my own brand wherein I wanted to sell leather products. I had my whole business plan ready. There were investors onboarded. Everybody was ready to start. Like we were just about to launch. That's when my grandfather himself, he just happened to talk to me about it. He insisted that I should join family business rather than doing all this. And later on, when he got to know that I am going to make products using leather, he himself asked me to just start researching about it, how it is procured and all. That's when I came across a lot of blogs wherein I could see how cruelly animals were ripped off their skin, and that was something which was completely heartbreaking. And I just thought to myself that we are not brought up this way, and using somebody else's skin for our fashion needs is something which we should not do. And somehow my grandfather wanted me to join family business, but then I came up with an alternative. I came up with a plan. I again sat with him. I discussed this whole idea at home. I told my dad about it. I told my elder brother about it. And everybody was like, they were very supportive because it was a kind initiative. In the start, obviously, they were a little skeptical, how we're going to manage it, because I have no professional knowledge about it, no technical knowledge about it. I just wanted to jump into it because I wanted to come up with an alternative and something of my own. So that's how it all started. Family was very supportive in the start, and till date they've been very supportive. Yeah, it all started that way. I just jumped into it, and
Great.
here we are
Yeah.
Doing
today.
great now. Yeah. So you all are fully into Lusso now.
Yes.
Amazing. So tell me, was creating a vegan brand a strategic choice or a personal principle?
It is a sort of mixture of both actually. It's
Yeah.
not just a personal choice, and it's also not a strategic move. India as an industry is somewhere where the consumer is being more and more knowledgeable as the day passes.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've seen that as an opportunity to fill that gap in India, Because if you see abroad, there are multiple brands who are doing vegan leather, vegan or even faux leather, and at a very good level with very good quality. But in India, there is a clear gap in this industry.
There is demand for it,
Yeah.
but nobody is supplying that. So that's where we tapped into that part. And obviously, personal principles were also aligned.
Personal principles are, take precedence here. Even though if the gap was not there, we would still not be doing leather.
Yeah.
But personal principles aligned with our vision as well. So we thought that this move or starting this brand would really help Indian industry as well, help change the behaviors of the consumers in a very holistic way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A mixture of both. So can you walk us through the process of selecting materials for your shoes?
So to be very honest, we don't select materials. We self-develop them. Initially, we used to select materials from the market, readily available materials.
Which
But
every
then-
other brand was doing, by the way.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
other brand was doing picking materials right off the rack.
And to be very honest, those shoes were not at all durable, not comfortable also. That's when, we thought of searching for an alternative again. We got into this technical detail after a year, and we started our R&D that point of time. We wanted to come up with something which is very flexible, very soft, and which doesn't give a feel of a non-leather product. So when you're buying a product, you shouldn't feel that you are buying a non-leather shoe. The whole idea was that. So that's where we started. We started self-developing our materials, and slowly we started coming up with alternatives. And even today, even though we have very good materials available with us, our R&D is continuously going on. We want to level up our game every year. So every year when there is a little bit of off season, you can say maybe during rainy season, we start our R&D full-fledgedly, and then that's how we come up with different materials by the next season. We do use materials which are readily available, to be very honest, but that's very limited, hardly 5% of it. And that's also because there are specific designs which we can make only using those materials. So yeah, we self-develop our materials, and that's one of our biggest USPs.
So what exactly is the difference between vegan and non-vegan leather?
Vegan basically means anything which is not using animal products.
Like
It doesn't mean
the feel wise or
but if we're going to the feel, the look and everything, it is very, very similar. Like right now, majority of our customers don't even know that we're a vegan brand. And they still opt for our products because they look like leather,
They feel like
leather, and the comfort and everything is just very good. So that is one of the things that has helped the structure the entire brand in a way. So it's not just about being vegan or not vegan. Vegan generally is like better if you ask us, but there are certain schools of thought wherein vegan is again not better. That is a whole different topic. We don't want to touch on that right now. But yeah,
is it durable also?
100%. That was the main goal, right? Because
so after we started self-developing our materials, the initial batch of material which we got, that was almost, I think, 2021 end. So I made my first sample in 2022. I till date have that particular pair in my wardrobe, and it's doing fine. So it's been almost for 3 years to that particular pair. So when it comes to shoes, it's all on how you maintain it, how you use it. A lot of things are there. So durability is very subjective, to be very honest.
But it's got nothing to do with vegan and non-vegan. That is my point.
it does. Obviously, it does. So there are again a lot of different qualities of non-leather or vegan leather.
So there are vegan shoes which are available right now in the market. Our clients have told us they buy those products and they don't even last for 3-4 months. They just tear off or peel off, which doesn't happen with our shoe because we've stopped using those materials.
So generally the other brands which are selling these vegan products, they are made of either PU or high level of PU or Rexin, which will eventually peel off, catch moisture and crack and everything. But our products are made from recyclable nylon fibers, so which help keep the structure of the entire material in place. So that is something that we've actually gone very deep into to sort of develop.
Research.
It's very technical. Like
it took us almost 2 years to just develop our first sample. After that, we've been doing research every year, so as to
it's
make
a
our
very
materials
continuous
better.
and long process.
Yeah.
Great. So your shoes are like fully vegan, including the glue and stitching.
Everything.
And
We make sure the
sole
glue, the sole, even the threads, everything which is being used, the lining, everything is 100% vegan.
So in today's world, there's so much cruelty on animals going on, just to fulfill our luxurious needs, and somewhere it's not required, I feel.
Correct.
So, what is Lusso trying to do to change this perspective that, it's not required?
When we interact with our customers, there are two things that we've seen. First, a customer who is very knowledgeable, who knows about vegan, who is consciously choosing their products or what they use. Secondly, which is a major chunk of the market, people don't till date know about what vegan is, or if shoes can also be made in materials apart from leather. So because of this, and also the marketing play which a lot of major luxury brands have done, wherein they've actually proposed that leather is the pinnacle of all luxury. You see the LVs of the world, the Gucci's of the world, leather is promoted very, very heavily. Usually in earlier times, because there were a lot of cattle, leather was a byproduct. But now a lot of animals are bred just because of to acquire that leather. So that is something that we wanted to change ever since we started. That is the whole grain of where we come from. So luxury, we wanted to change that. The mindset of the customer, wherein they can opt for leather without knowing leather.
Yeah.
So even if you see right now, a lot of big brands are also coming up with vegan alternatives,
Yes.
because they've realized that people are asking for vegan products. They are choosing their products very consciously. So that's where they have to introduce another line, which is a vegan line. And if you see in the West, the demand for vegan is already rising, and it has been rising since almost 5-7 years now, and every year there is an upward trend. And in India, those trends come much later. So I'm very sure there is going to be a very different segment altogether, which is going to demand for vegan products very soon in India as well. Right now also there are people consciously choosing it, but the demand is just rising year by year. So yeah.
So what challenges do you face in convincing people to, make that switch?
Absolutely no challenges, to be honest. Because as I told you, initially we used to, but now recently when you talk about the new materials which we've self-developed, which we are using to make shoes, clients just walk in, they don't even ask whether it's vegan or not, because they don't even realize anything. They just like our designs, they buy it and they leave, and they don't even realize that it's not leather.
That's the people he's talking about. That's 70% of our market actually.
Yeah.
70% of our consumers do not know that we are vegan or this is a non-leather product until they've used, and when they see the entire packaging, the materials, the message we've written for them, that's when they come to know that this is actually not leather. And that is a win for us in a very big way, because that is the goal that we want to achieve, that people choose products which are not leather, even though they want leather, but they still end up getting us. So that is the market that we're building right now.
So majorly they choose us because of our designs and the comfort. So if a person is buying it online, they majorly choose us because of our design. Somebody coming to us store, they choose us because of the design, word of mouth and comfort, all three. They hardly ask such questions. If it's leather, what is the lining and everything. Just buy it. And they become our lifelong clients.
Never thought of promoting Lusso as a vegan brand? Just
no.
say it out there that we are vegan.
So initially we sort of held back from pushing as vegan brand because of the market was very young, right? So we have to think about how the business is also grow instead of just pushing our brand or pushing our values ahead. The Indian consumer is still very young in the vegan market, so we have to be very careful about how we're positioning everything. Had we gone with that vegan positioning from the very beginning, like push it very, very forcefully, it might not have been accepted in the market. So we've understood that a little harder way. So now we're here actually.
But it's a good idea to do it the other way around also. Like when people wear it and then they realize that it's vegan, it's like a plus,
Exactly.
So initially what used to happen when we used to tell people we are a vegan brand, they used to think maybe the shoes might not last. They might they might just drop off there itself. They might not buy it. But then we stopped that particular strategy and we started pushing ourselves as a designer brand. That's when people started buying it, and ever since as I told you, we jumped to our self-developed materials, we now proudly tell people that we are a vegan brand, come try us, and then decide whether vegan products are durable or not, instead of just judging us that way.
By the way, the best vegan brand in India actually. We
We
make the best shoes.
Yeah.
And
when it comes to
I'm
vegan
sure.
shoes.
Yeah.
We won awards as well for
Oh,
that.
wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, so coming to that, we've seen Lusso on quite a few names. So does Lusso market itself or do others market Lusso?
To be very honest, absolutely, we've not spent anything in marketing our products to any of these celebrities or A-listers.
It's all organic.
It's
It's-
all
yeah.
organic in a way that
Wow.
initially one or two celebrity stylists, they approached us for sourcing it for their clients. What happened was the celebrities themselves started loving our products. They found them very comfortable. So the stylists kept coming back to us. They kept asking for our brand, and that's how initially it was a sourcing kind of a thing. Now they are like our regular clients. In fact, a lot of celebrities are such who are using Lusso on their daily basis. So we have a very close connection with a lot of celebrity stylists. They keep passing us this feedback that sir is specifically asking for Lusso first. Then they opt for other brands in case if something that they want is not available with us. Recently, this was 1 week ago, one very well-known producer / director ordered a particular pair of shoes, in fact 2 pairs of shoes from our website. Initially, we just thought it's somebody else with the similar name. 2 days ago, his assistant came to the store to exchange the size. That's when we got to know it was the actual director. I really cannot take any names right now. And we have even cricketers right now wearing our shoes. It's all happening because of word of mouth, and this is not going to them free of cost.
They are
We
actually
build
buying
each and
those
every
products.
pair,
So
yeah, and they have been using it on regular basis. So that's like a plus point. I don't know how this happened, but yeah, I think maybe somewhere the product was so good that they initially took it as a sourcing request, and then they became our regular clients.
So Dadaji must be really proud. No?
Yeah, yeah. He's not anymore, but yeah, I'm sure.
it would have been wonderful
very,
to have him,
Yeah.
see where the brand has grown right now.
He was always very happy. Even if I used to, it was an initial stage. We used to, discuss how the business is doing. I just used to tell him that, this month it was just 100 pairs you sold. I was very down that time because it was just 100 pairs. But he used to motivate us another level. He should be like, you've at least sold 100 pairs. हमारा तो कुछ चल ही नहीं रहा है. And that way he used to motivate us. So that gave us a push, and slowly things started.
This is actually
Coming back
during
to
COVID.
place.
So
Yeah.
very in the initial phase of the lockdown, when COVID was very,
We had just
strong.
launched our brand that time. It was just
For COVID.
5 months down,
5 months, and
COVID came in.
COVID came, and that was the time when we actually saw the support of everyone in the family,
Yeah.
especially our grandfather. Like we cannot be more grateful to whatever he's done for us personally and also for the family.
Yeah, because it's difficult. Now, 2 of my children are going in some other line
Yeah.
of business, and what about my
Yeah,
own
no,
business?
obviously.
So that hesitation
And
is
he's been
always
very
there.
supportive. Even my elder brother, he's joined family business, but he started his own company over there. He's been very supportive to him as well.
Very
So,
lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are.
we miss him a lot.
So just share a story of customer who had a unique experience with Lusso.
I'll tell you. So one of my friends, he's studying in US. He attended a friend's wedding over there, and the entire groom's family was wearing Lusso.
Oh wow.
And the reason he got to know, because just a week back when he was in India, he bought the same pair and he went to the same wedding wearing that same pair, and the groom's family approached him, where did you get this pair from? And that time, he made the connection that everyone in the family was wearing our shoes.
So cool.
He FaceTimed me right at that particular moment, and I was very, very elated at that time. It was a very crazy experience.
Yeah, obviously, like spotting Lusso everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are a lot of other stories also that I can tell you about. One of my personal experiences. So I used to go to designers to pitch in my brand so that they could keep Lusso in their store and they could sell it there. So we have tie-ups with different designers all across India. This was very in the initial stage. I think Lusso was almost 2.5 years old, and a lot of designers did not know about the brand. So there is this designer store in Bangalore. I was there. I was showing my products to this one particular designer, and they were not getting convinced because they thought the price point is high. Secondly, they were like, a lot of people don't know about Lusso in Bangalore. Maybe in Bombay people know, but in Bangalore nobody knows. There was one of their clients sitting in the store on another counter, and I had my shoes with me as a samples to show it to them. he jumped from that particular counter, he came to us and he just started shouting like, "Bhaiya, mujhe ye wala shoe chahiye, ye wala shoe chahiye. Aapke paas size 8 mein hai kya?" And that particular shoe was such, it was a sandal shoe. If your size is UK 8, you're supposed to wear UK 7.
Okay.
So I just told him that, you know, I'm not here to sell anything. These are just samples, because I had my business trip ahead also and we were doing some R&D. So I just bought few samples along. I have just come to meet him and show the samples and maybe do some collaboration. And I just happened to ask him, do you know your size? If you know your size, you can order it directly on the website. But make sure you buy one size smaller in this particular product, because you don't have time in hand. He had his wedding or something, and he was there in the store for his outfit trials. So I just told him that this is the website, www.lussolifestyle.com. And he was like, "Bhaiya, I'm your regular client. I've been wearing your shoes since almost 1 year, and I have almost 6 pairs of shoes with me. Even right now I'm wearing your shoe." He showed his shoes over there, and then he removed his wallet as well. He said, "Even the wallet I'm using is of Lusso."
Oh.
And that designer who was there, he was just completely surprised, because just 2 minutes back we were discussing, he was telling me a lot of people don't know about it. Give me more margins, basically. And then eventually that thing happened, and after a month they called back and the collaboration happened. And
It's a surreal experience.
Yeah, definitely.
we were very happy about
Like
it.
the validation is done right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, there and there.
Amazing. So what do you do apart from shoes? Like you all make bags and stuff?
Bags, we have started our R&D. I think soon we will launch laptop bags. Right now, last season only we launched Chelsea boots and Cuban heel boots, which gave us a very good response. And this season we are planning to launch something little casual.
It's an entire summer collection will be coming to this.
Like
Yeah.
sneaker kind of shoe?
Not sneakers.
Summer as in
They are slip-on styles, but little
Okay.
casual.
Okay.
like a lot of
And-
tassels, a lot of suedes.
By the way, the samples are already at the store. If anybody happens to walk into the store, they can
They'll be able
experience
to
that
see that
product.
right now.
They can feel, they can use the product and see, and they can give us a feedback as well. That is something which we are going to launch after a month. It's in pipeline, and after that, maybe we'll sit on to launching vegan belts as well, because that's again a very different segment, and
Please do that.
a lot of R&D is required there as
There's
well.
a lot of gap in that market too.
Yeah.
It's not available
So
anywhere.
we can use the same materials which we have for the shoes. But the thing is, belts are usually very rigorously handled by
Yeah.
customers.
A lot of
So,
aggression. We
yeah.
have to pull it,
Yeah.
tie
So
it
we
and
want
also-
to we could have launched it way back, but the quality wouldn't have been there.
We
So
don't want to take that.
we
risk,
want to
just
do it
launch
right.
it and
And
just take
that
your time, but
takes
just
a lot
do
of
it.
a lot of efforts, but we're working on it.
Great. So how do you guys take criticism? Like I got something and
we take it as a feedback only, to be very honest. We don't take anything personally. I have specially informed at store as well to my entire team that, you know, if anybody is coming, if they are not happy with the product, because that is going to happen eventually. It's fashion industry. There might be people who are very happy with it. There could be somebody who's completely disappointed
Plus,
with
it's footwear. Everyone's feet is different.
The
it.
way
It's
of
completely
using
okay.
too.
Just take their feedback, pass it on to us, apologize, make it better for them. They will eventually come back to you and they will do a very good word of mouth for you. So
Criticism is very welcome any time of the day. Like we wouldn't be here if the criticism or the feedback wasn't given to us.
and that actually helps us to grow, because we find out our weaker points and we work on it and we try to resolve that particular issue and we come up stronger.
So customization is luxury's ultimate flex. How far do you go to tailor the Lusso experience?
We initially were not doing customization, but we soon realized that people have a very specific taste when it comes to the shoes, when it comes to the fashion. And to give that option to the customers, we thought that if we are not giving that option, they would end up buying a leather shoe or something, which is not that good or not that quality wise. We wanted to help them, or even give them a value added service wherein they could get anything they want, custom designed. So when it comes to customization, we do custom designing, as in if you have a particular design in mind, we'll sit with you, we'll talk what you want exactly to be done on the shoes. If you want a particular embroidery done, if you want to match it with your outfit, all of that is a part of our customization services. And size customization is usually very expensive, which is not really possible in the price range a lot of consumers come for. So alternatively, we also do a 0.5 size adjustment for them, because you will be surprised that almost 30% of the customers will have a problem with loafer shoes specifically because there's no tying system or a fastening system in place.
So a particular shoe of size 8, if there are two people with size UK 8, and if I offer that particular pair of shoe, which is the standard UK 8 size, it is quite possible that one person is going to be very comfortable in it, second might not be very comfortable because both the person has different foot shape entirely. And especially when you talk about Indian feet, they are very different than proper standard European or US feet. So we face a lot of issues in this particular part, but that's when customization steps in. If suppose UK 8 is tight for you, UK 9 is loose for you, we can customize it into UK 8.5, which is going to fit you perfectly. So yeah, it plays an important role.
Even one single person will have two different sizes in both of their feet.
Left and right.
That is another challenge. Which
even your hands, not just your feet, even your hands. So that's that. And yeah, customization always adds on to a very personalized feeling, and it itself is luxury. So
the feel of it is like
feel of it is
correct.
So what is the next step for Lusso? How are you guys planning to make it global?
There is a long way to go, to be very honest. A lot of product lines, we are doing a lot of R&D, we are launching a lot of product lines. We do have plans of coming up with a proper franchising model and taking this brand global, because demand for vegan product is, as I told you, it's rising the West as well. It's going to be everywhere very soon. So yeah, we are the early movers. We have that advantage and we want to be very quick in this process. That's why aggressively we are trying to come up with new product lines, and then we will jump onto the franchising model and take this brand global.
So not just franchise, we've been collaborating with a lot of menswear designers.
Yeah.
That is also one way for us to expand, because a lot of our target customers or target audiences will be with them. So that is another major thing. And also we're actively looking for a lot of young talent to join our company. So if you guys are looking to grow yourselves or be a part of this revolution that we're trying to do, trying to bring, and you're most welcome, and let's see where we can take this.
Yes, we are always looking for young talents.
So when your designs are like out there for display, there's a possibility that it might be copied by local karigars or local people who are selling it at different places. And also there's an option to buy the same kind of piece for the same price from a luxury brand, which is also very well known. So then how do you just face all of that?
So firstly, we do not really mind people copying our designs, because if they're copying us, then that means we're doing something right. And secondly, leather has a lot of different qualities. There are brands in the market, very well known brands, who are selling for 10k 12k per pair, and they are using leather which is of the lowest quality, by the way. So you wouldn't actually know just by feeling it. It is very difficult to know whether this is a good pair of shoe or not a good pair of shoe. That is something that you will not get even if you go anywhere in the world. Our major USP is, apart from being vegan, what comes first is our craftsmanship. Vegan craftsmanship is very different than your leather craftsmanship. We've had to train our karigars, train our craftsmen in a very meticulous way to achieve that quality, those silhouettes and everything. So I don't think so that it is that easily replicatable, but yeah, it is very possible. It is very possible.
Outside.
But even to be very honest, even if they make a replica, they don't really know what's gone inside the making of the shoe. So shoe is not just what you see from outside. What the lining that is being used, the textile which is being used, the flatboard which is being used, a lot of things are there inside, which if you see a design on the internet or maybe in a store, you'll not really be able to tell what all has gone inside. And that all plays a very important role when it comes to comfort. And as I told you, we self-develop our materials. There is no chance anybody can make a replica of our product, maybe look-wise, but not obviously comfort-wise.
The comfort and everything, I'm pretty sure that no one will be able to come close.
And when you talk about if somebody goes to a luxury brand and buys from that particular brand, so let me tell you, there have been clients who come back to us and they've told us that they bought few pairs of shoes from LV, Gucci or any other good luxury brand, but they do not give that kind of comfort that we provide. Plus, they do not give that many design options. We have a lot of designs. They just have basic designs. Maybe the
Horsebit buckles,
Horsebit
loafers,
buckles and
driving
all.
loafers.
Maybe
Very
the canvas
limited collection.
leather which they have. But yeah, we do offer a lot of designs, comfort, and durability is something which matters a lot. So yeah, even if they want to go and make replica, they might just go, but then I'm sure they'll come back to us again.
Have you guys studied anything?
No.
Self-taught completely?
Studied album.
As
Shoe
in,
designing?
What y'all are talking is very technical. Like I wouldn't know.
That
if
has
I'm
taken a lot of research,
No,
right?
so
Because when
we
you
had,
dive
we
into
had zero
this,
knowledge about
yeah.
it, to be very honest. Once we jumped into it, because there was nobody to guide us, we had to constantly study, do R&D, travel here and there, see how things work, how it's made.
It's completely
So-
self-taught.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. But how do you explain the price point?
So
So
don't
price
have to
point-
actually, right?
Yeah, I mean, our clients are pretty much comfortable with the price point we are at right now. I think all this while we've been selling our shoes at a lower price recently because we've had a lot of changes in our product as well. When it comes to the smallest detail also, we constantly, as I told you, we keep doing a lot of R&D and we keep developing our products. So as compared to that, the price point that we are at right now, I think it's at par.
Plus, I think 8 to 10k pair for a good pair of shoe
Yeah.
is really not that big of a challenge, because if a shoe will last you a lot of time, and there are a lot of stories attached to a particular shoe. Like if you have a shoe which is 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, then you have a very strong attachment to that particular piece. And if you can get that with a piece of fashion, then why wouldn't you pay
Yeah.
a little bit premium
Yeah.
if that gives you that sense of satisfaction?
So I have like this quick one-word answers for you. I'm gonna ask you like throw questions at you and just answer in a word.
Yeah.
Okay?
Who's going to take this? I?
You can do one by one.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your favorite shoe style?
Penny loafer.
Chelsea boots.
I have no idea what is both of them, but yeah.
Just normal boots maybe.
Yeah. So heels for men, yes or no?
Yes.
A big yes.
A big yes, yes. First footwear memory?
Butterfly slip-on.
I don't
That
really
was
remember.
kind of a design which we launched initially. There was something different, a different style.
And was it taken well?
Yeah. Very well.
Great. So what's your dream collaboration?
Dream collaboration for me, it's Sabyasachi Mukherjee. I would love to have a personalized collection, especially an ethnic wear collection with Sabyasachi.
Thank you.
Yeah, he said it.
He said it first. Loafers or sneakers?
Loafers.
Loafers.
Favorite color for shoes?
Tan.
Beige.
One word to describe your brand.
I think confidence.
Sophisticated.
What's more important, design or comfort?
Comfort.
Design.
Design with comfort, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last pair of shoes you bought?
The one I'm
Skis.
wearing.
It's
The
The beige.
also
Both are wearing beige ones. So yeah.
one word to describe your partnership.
I think trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like no formality.
Oh no, there is formality.
Formalities are there, of course. If you're in the business and you want to run the business, formalities have to be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, trust is the biggest factor.
Yeah. Who's the younger one? So are you dominated by your brother?
Oh,
You have to
yeah,
be on time.
I am.
I don't dominate as such.
He
He
said
just
yes.
feels dominated, but yeah, I don't dominate him anymore. I
I
used to in the initial stage because I obviously wanted him to grow that way and
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that
of
particular
course.
hardship. And all.
Bade bhaiya.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
बड़े भैया बोल रहे हैं तो करना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, but how is it working together as brothers?
It's sort of a dream, like we've seen a lot of different brands being built by families, being built by brothers.
Yeah.
So being in a business where you can do that with your own brother or with your own sibling is very important, and it teaches you a lot of things. And yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful journey because if there is anything that is to be done, we both know that our brand is at stake. So we both have to put in that effort and do it. He can't rely on me, I can't rely on him. We just both work together. So yeah.
Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for being a
Thank
part of Konnecttra. We
Thank
hope
you.
Lusso becomes a legacy from the kind
Thank
of
you,
work you all
thank
are
you so
doing.
much.
It looks amazing.
oh, it is
and
on its way.
We will
Become a
make
legacy.
sure.
Definitely. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And
Thank
for
you for
more
having
such
us.
for more such videos, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.